The term Silicon Valley didn't exist when Sandy Robertson arrived in the Bay Area from Chicago in 1965 to open a West Coast office for a prominent investment banking firm. His bosses directed him to make deals with the old line companies that called the Bay Area home and had dominated the economy for many decades. Companies that worked in lumber, railroads, banking, and oil. Robertson saw much better investment opportunities in what was known then as the Valley of Heart's Delight. But the people holding the purse strings back east didn't have the extraordinary vision Robertson possessed for what was happening in the nascent technology industry. And it was the response he got to a potential deal involving a leading manufacturer of precision lasers that convinced him he needed to do something different.
I'd go back to a partners meeting, and the other partner would say, "Hey, Buck Rogers, how's our ray gun company going?" And I thought, these guys are never going to understand.
It wasn't much longer before Buck Rogers decided he needed to go his own way, co-founding and leading Robertson Stevens and Company in 1969. Robertson's decision to strike on his own was almost preordained from his days growing up in the North Shore of Chicago.
I came from a family where my father was kind of a serial entrepreneur. And he always said, you're never going to be happy till you have your own business.
The move would be transformative, not only for Robertson, but for the world. Robertson would become a foundational figure in Silicon Valley and across the Bay Area, establishing the financial infrastructure that would give rise to the most powerful technology region on the planet. Under his leadership, Robertson Stevens led more than 600 initial public offerings, raising over $20 billion and helping launch and grow some of the most successful and iconic tech and internet companies of the latter part of the 20th century. Companies like Dell Computer, AOL, Sun Microsystems, Gilead, Applied Materials, Pixar, Genentech, Intuit, eBay, Chiron, and Cypress Semiconductor.
My orientation was toward small growing companies, and I found them really fascinating. I found the entrepreneurs really, really interesting. And so it was fun to get involved with these companies.
After leaving Robertson Stevens, Robertson struck gold again with Francisco Partners, a San Francisco-based private equity firm he co-founded in 1999 with DJ Deb that has invested in more than 450 technology companies and grown to almost $50 billion in assets. But investment smarts wasn't Robertson's only gift. His keen ability in developing relationships, recognizing talent, and seeing connections only added to the profound influence he had in shaping Silicon Valley. He brought together legendary venture capitalists Eugene Kleiner and Tom Perkins. He was a close advisor to many top CEOs, including Mark Benioff, founder of Salesforce, where Robertson served on the board for more than 20 years. And Robertson's impact in the technology world extended far beyond just the companies in which he invested.
The impact, I think, is I've created probably tens of thousands of jobs, which is very important in the economy. It's been fun to be a part of that huge change in the United States. So it's very satisfying to see that you've had something, one little part of doing that.
Robertson's philanthropy, in partnership with his second wife, Jean, and later with wife Nancy, was equally impactful. While he chose to do much of his giving anonymously, Robertson focused his philanthropy on higher education, health sciences, and the arts. He gave generously to his alma mater, the University of Michigan. He was a significant supporter of the UC San Francisco Medical Center, a founding board member of the Tech Museum of Innovation in San Jose, and a supporter of the Keck Astronomical Observatory in Hawaii. Throughout his illustrious career, hard work was at the center of Robertson's incredible success, and it was his legendary work ethic that prepared him when opportunity came along.
You've got to be ready for the luck when it comes along. You've got to be able to recognize what it is and be trained to take advantage of it. And everybody has some luck at some point, some more than others, but you've got to recognize it and see when the opportunity is and be willing to take the risk.